Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Durple and we're gonna be reacting to Twitch is Imploding, the downward spiral of Twitch. I don't know what this is about, but we are gonna have to check it for ourselves and watch me watch it. Gonna close the music for a sec. Okay. Oh wait, again I muted the site. This video is from Upper Echelon.
The video title says it all. Some people might view it as hyperbole, but it's not. And today I want to talk about how Twitch is titanicking itself on the iceberg of Hassan Piker, and one of the most spectacular displays of brain-dead decision-making that I've probably ever seen in the world of streaming.
Okay. I'm not fully aware about this one, but I believe that Hassan Piker is also one of the reasons why got banned because of well, the reason why Asmongold got banned is because of his banters regarding the Israel and Palestine debacle over actually here in the Middle East. Not in I'm safe though. Our country, the country where I'm staying from, is safe from all those problems, but his discussion with Hassan is what led them to a debate, which eventually ended with Asmongold becoming banned from Twitch. So let's see where this video goes. That's all I know. I don't know any of their takes. That's why I'm watching this video. What's happening?
Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of dumb things that happen in the industry, but start to finish, we're watching a business destroy itself in real time, if they don't make substantial changes, that is. And so far, the socio-political atmosphere and corporate environment doesn't seem to be letting them make those changes, which is flat out sinking their public reputation and the entire business model.
Okay, one of the things that I have to, address here is that Twitch is actually a streaming platform, okay, mainly made for gaming. Okay, well, not mainly made for, well, technically it's mainly made for gaming, but anywhere you would like raise political debates, anywhere that you would have religious debates, political debates, economic debates, these are all things that, are not very clear for all people. Okay, there are always two sides of the coin. One side doesn't mean that if one side is correct, one side is definitely wrong. That doesn't happen. There's a lot of gray areas in all these debates, and that's why also I avoid talking about these topics when it comes to my stream or any stream. Okay, we would touch over it, but you would hear me say a lot of things that I digress. I wanna go back to the original point, or sometimes I would just I'm not liable for any information that's being said here. Because yeah, it's a very bloody topic to talk about, all three of them, okay? Even moral issues sometimes. Yo, yeah, it's today, Chopper, but the problem is I still have to wait. I feel so bad that I can't play Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, nice to see you here, Chopper. Yeah. Good to see you here. I'm watching Twitch is Imploding, the downward spiral of Twitch, of how Twitch allows socio-political issues to penetrate their environment. So, you can give your thoughts anytime during the video, or just hang out, just lurk around. So yeah, that's what I mean, guys. So I avoid talking about all of those things on chat, or whenever I do, I try my best not to be sensitive about everything. Well, not too sensitive, but to watch my words a little bit more carefully, because I don't want to get slandered or anything, or I don't want. Yeah, you can see that Chopper agrees with me. Yeah, avoid political topics, socio-political topics, religion, economics, moral codes, ethics. Everyone has a say on those, and everyone's like an expert on those. Okay, so we are gonna continue the video.
I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of showcasing all the individual clips and naming all the streamers involved, because it's a cesspool. There's a website that recently popped up called danclancysucks.com, which has a hefty number of clips archived on it for those that want to look. But for the sake of summary, I'm just going to do a broad strokes outline for the type of things that have been said so people can understand what the political atmosphere on Twitch has now become.
Yeah, this is a problem. Again, if you are a gaming industry, or at least focused on the gaming industry, the moment you put any social economics, hello, Anna Banana, welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. So actually, I'm talking about how, again, I'm gonna explain again, how socioeconomic discussions or political discussions are affecting Twitch. Again, Twitch is a game-based community, and once you enforce beliefs on people that are just there for fun, they are either gonna make fun of it or they're gonna hate it, okay? Because people are here mainly to enjoy, to watch gaming, and this one, that's why also like a big part of Twitch, that's like complaining about seeing, what do you call this one? We can say people that glorify their bodies. Or people that get views when, you know, they reveal something too much. I'm not going in depth of that, but yeah, that's another topic, or that's another field that Twitch are trying to make changes in. Okay, so and they applied it on VTubers, which is weird for me because VTubers are not actual people. But they targeted VTubers and not actual people because, you know, revenue and such. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that whenever you have those discussions on a field where people are just there to have fun, it's not always going to go down well. Oh, and sorry, another topic, another comment that's an additional is that this is why people hate political content in games as well. If you make it good and you make it like part of the story, which adheres to the concept of the game, it's good. But if it's outside of the concept, it feels forced in any way, people are gonna hate that game. So yeah, this also happens with the DEI and all that shitstorm that comes with like new games that, you know, are labeled woke. That's a lot of comments in 1 minute, so I'm gonna continue the video here.
Just for clarity, since I already said his name, the epicenter of this problem is a streamer named Hassan Piker, and most of the other people involved are in his direct orbit. Moderators, fans, friends, etc. These people are positioned on the extreme left of the political discourse spectrum, but the term horseshoe theory has probably never been more true in the world of streaming, because this radical sect of the extreme left genuinely harbors anti-Semitic beliefs, loosely disguising those beliefs by simply replacing a couple of key terms and phrases in their everyday dialogue. Again,
whenever you describe someone as like far left or far right, you are, what do you call this one? You are describing people that have like political views that are unwavering. They make everything like black and white as much as possible, which is not the case. A lot of socioeconomic issues are actually gray areas. And these people on the far left or far right will have you believe that it's not a gray area, it's only black and white, and you should pick a side. And they would like heavily lie on the side or on the debating side where they can convince you that in this aspect we are right and they are wrong. And that's how they get you to, you know, move over to either one side or the other. So they would either label you as far right, and if you are in the center, which is like the middle ground, they would like bash you or something. That they would say, no, you have to pick a side. It's either you're with us or against us, that sort of thing. So yeah, they're acting like there's like a zombie apocalypse or something. Anyone from both sides that, you know, are far right or far left, okay? Not everyone like has all the same solid beliefs, and not everyone should, because in that case we would have like a very serious divide in people, and that's how you topple down governments, I believe. divide the people and conquer. Yeah, that's how the world works. Even before modern age.
Again, without fully going down the rabbit hole, instead of Jew, they say Zionist, except the term is now indistinguishable because of their blanket usage. When advocating against Israel in general, they often qualify their calls to violence or extremist rhetoric as being only against the IDF, the Israeli Defense Force, but IDF service is mandatory in Israel, and all citizens above the age of 18 serve for at least 2 years, with rare exception. On the subject of conspiracy, this group of political extremists denies the legitimacy of pretty much all atrocities committed on October 7th, blaming Israel for much of that tragedy, if you can believe that, under something called the Hannibal Doctrine. And still further, they directly agree with, support, and platform literal terrorists, or make blank statements against U.S. veterans, wishing that more of them would, quote, get PTSD as a result of their service. There's more, a lot more, but
Yeah.
the gist of
Okay.
it is that radical anti Semitism has grown and festered inside the Twitch community to an extreme degree.
Yeah. This is one of the problems. It's because if you generalize everything, again, I already said it before. If you're going to generalize everything and make everything black and white, it's always wrong. This is why Asmongold got banned on Twitch, actually, because he generalized on a lot of things. And actually, I understand his point of view is that he condones war, but the problem is his solution is like kill both sides, which that's why he got banned. Okay, that's his main point. He doesn't care on both sides because people are killing each other. And that's like a very very bad take as well. But it's also not far from the opposite take, for the far left, which is like you're labeling like a massive you're labeling like a whole population or something based on the situation that is only done by a few. And I believe that majority of the people doesn't want war. Of course, we don't want war. A lot of people does. That's why majority of the world isn't like shooting each other. But I believe this only happens with people that are on the brink of like collapse, societal collapse or something, or head of estates or head of countries that have a big debacle, and instead of like fighting the fight for themselves, they would send out their citizens, their people, which is a little bit sad. So okay, I'm gonna continue the video now.
Which is a problem now coming home to roost as the platform suffers under the self inflicted strain of allowing radical, hateful, and disgusting content to be consistently amplified across the entire website. With that said, community political extremism isn't the only problem Twitch is facing. On the contrary, the mere existence of extremism probably wouldn't have hurt them all that much if it wasn't happening alongside platform moderation failures, and even more severe, openly disprovable lies at a corporate level, which paint the entire business as being complicit with this kind of hateful conduct. See, it turns out that Twitch was deliberately blocking all signups from Israel beginning shortly after the October 7th tragedy, and when apologizing for this, the company stated, quote, "We temporarily disabled signups with email verification in Israel and Palestine. We did this to prevent uploads of graphic material related to the attack and to protect the safety of users. Signups were not disabled, and we continue to see signups from both regions. Users could choose to sign up with phone verification. We've learned that inadvertently, we did not re-enable email verification signups."
This is also one of the problems. Twitch picked a side. This is what happens. Okay, don't pick a side. It's very hard to pick a side when it comes to like wars and stuff. But you're a company. Okay. I'm not saying that they should like remain like fully neutral, but I think it's better that way. Okay, I just think that it's better to say that you don't condone like any bad doings. That's it. Okay, I'm not going to side with like one country for doing good or one country for doing bad or something. If one thing is good, yeah, the duality of people. Okay, the same good person can do bad things as well. So it happens to countries as well. It happens to like militaries as well. Okay, not everyone involved is labeled fully good or fully bad. Okay, this is especially in times like this one.
For either region, end quote. However, multiple first-hand accounts and code snapshots of the website itself dispute that claim, showing that phone verification was also not working, and that Twitch had seemingly decided to blanket ban the sign-up process completely.
Okay. You notice that I turned on the music as well, because it's a little bit pale just listening to audio.
Be heading in this direction?
Sorry for the ads though.
But that's what Lucas Ball Hart.
Okay.
Keep in mind, none of this is happening in a vacuum. Twitch has been widely criticized for years over unfair, highly biased moderation efforts, where some streamers will be selectively banned while others receive no punishment whatsoever for equal
Exactly.
or substantially worse infractions. The terms of service has been unevenly enforced, categorically, and the wider community has no actual indication of how they should act, beyond a general sentiment that left-leaning political extremism is totally okay, and anything right of center is at risk, and whether or not that impresses.
You see, this is the problem. Choosing a side is a very big problem. That's why it's even if you remain neutral, because the far left is like pushing people to like either go far left or go far right. Okay, so now even the people at the center who was neutral about the topics are being labeled far right because of their lack of judgment. Okay, and that's the problem. They're trying to make everything black and white instead of making it like a gray area. I'm gonna give a very basic example why gray areas are like the most why gray areas are like the best way to describe like all debates, because you wouldn't have like even in a black and white movie, okay, that's the example that I'm thinking of. Even in a black and white movie, if you just clearly made like a max contrast of like black and white, you would only see walls and figures. You would not see details of items or details of people, shadows or this one. No, it's just moving black items against like a white canvas or a white wall or something. Gray, black and white movies are actually like a shade of gray. And most of the time, okay, because it makes you like understand the picture more whole if you're in the middle. Okay, that's why I don't know if this is a good example, but that's why sports, especially team competitive sports, have referees in the middle. Imagine if you would have like two sport games fighting each other, and there's no middleman. It's either one team is always correct at like calling out like penalties, and the other one is at the mercy of those ones. So it's useless. It's definitely stupid. Yeah, and I think the middle ground balances everything properly. Okay, you need to listen to the people who doesn't have a bias.
Impression is actually true doesn't really matter, because that's what people think. That's what their actions have been clearly showing. Here's the thing. Being a biased platform doesn't mean your business has to fail, but Twitch is in a uniquely bad position here because they don't have content moderation systems at scale. The best comparison here is probably YouTube, well, obviously YouTube, which experienced an adpocalypse a number of years ago, actually multiple adpocalypses spread across a number of years. But in response, YouTube built out an entire system where they can selectively classify content to different categories, such as ad safe, limited advertising, or even demonetized. That system sucks in a lot of different ways, and you're not going to catch me praising it, but its rudimentary purpose is at the very least functional, because it allows content to exist on the website that is shocking or provocative or unsafe for brands, with air quotes there, without destroying the collective advertising potential of the...
Yeah, that's good, that's good. So it's a little bit tricky to explain, but I don't know if he can like explain it further. I'm gonna let the video continue. Maybe he'll explain it further. But if he doesn't, I'll give my understanding about this one.
The entire platform. Let me explain a little bit better here.
Okay.
YouTube, through Google, allows pretty much anyone to advertise on their platform. $100, $1,000, $1 million, doesn't matter, because you can just sign up and use their advertising portal to run campaigns and just give your own stuff, fill out the information, click, run, done. This has a variety of problems associated, like scammers and fraudsters running tens of thousands of ads across the
Yeah.
platform, which I've covered extensively in the past. Shout out to Guardio, by the way, for protecting Chrome users from all of that phishing and malware website trash. And I directly contribute to their threat database myself, so I recommend it to viewers wholeheartedly.
That's
I'll have a link down
that's a very good ad skip right there. Okay,
below
continue.
to their service. But anyway,
Is it a self plugin? I think it's a self plugin. Yeah.
despite being an imperfect system, YouTube and Google's advertising pipeline, combined with their ability to let advertisers choose where their content will be shown, makes it so that the website can realistically have everything from kid-friendly nursery rhymes to certain political extremism without threatening the entire advertiser ecosystem.
Yeah, and this way, actually, I'm gonna explain. I'm gonna add like a thought about this one. This actually would funnel the advertisers or the revenue that's being generated by the website to the content that people or that consumers actually enjoy or actually engage in. Okay, or at least not just engage in, and not the people, but the advertisers or the where the revenue comes from. Okay, they're the one who will choose directly who wants to represent their brand, and not just based on like random ads that's gonna pop up on the maximum amount of viewership and the most engaging like crowd, or the most engaged content creator or something. So it levels out the playing field a little bit better than Twitch, I could say.
Yeah, Twitch doesn't have that. It has none of that, actually. In order
Yeah.
for people to advertise on Twitch through Amazon, they need a direct relationship with the company and a massive initial ad spend to even qualify. Twitch advertising doesn't come from regular businesses and everyday people. It comes from large clients who run huge amounts of money through the platform, and all of those ads show up on every single valid stream. This is a
Exactly. Even if your stream has nothing to do with the ads, on Twitch, it can pop up anywhere. Unlike YouTube. YouTube, the ads you will still have like big ads on YouTube from big companies, but it's a lot more regulated, as he said. Okay, if your content does not meet like a specific requirement of that brand, you'll get demonetized, or that brand will not place their ad on you. Or like what he said.
problem, because when a small subset of the creator community goes down this kind of extremist rabbit hole, brands are now having their ads shown alongside literal terrorist amplification, which is a completely unappealing prospect for them. And to make it all worse, the broader community on Twitch is acutely aware of this and now weaponizing it against them. There are multiple very large-scale communities who have now explicitly begun calling for advertisers to be contacted. And this is where I myself get a little bit mixed on the issue, because that's a pretty scary thing to see happen as a creator. As a side story here, I've had that happen to me before, where a journalist spent like 6 months going around emailing advertisers and trying to get me and a few other creators as well demonetized. So regardless of who I see targeted by this, the idea of going after sponsors and ads, in my opinion, is a little bit dicey. However, my personal feelings are somewhat irrelevant on this, because one side of the political spectrum has been using this tactic relentlessly for years.
Yeah, I don't know if obviously we know which side, but I don't know if he's gonna say it directly.
And now the same thing is happening right back at them through Twitch. Make no mistake, this is an apocalyptic situation for Twitch as a platform, because they have unevenly enforced their moderation terms for the past, decade, leading to a lack of community respect for them as a company. More recently, they have allowed left-wing extremism to fester and grow with no pushback whatsoever, leading to a wave of indefensible or inexcusable statements across the website. And now, those statements are...
And that's funny, because if it comes from like a far left, a far left politically, tuned person or streamer on Twitch, yeah, they won't get any punishment, or like even they don't get banned like what happened to Asmongold. But if you're like Asmongold, who is like really on the right side of the spectrum, when I say right side, I mean far right. Okay, I don't know if he's like a far right. He sounds like a far right though. But yeah, if you're within those areas, yeah, you would get, even if you're like neutral, as I said, yeah, you're gonna have a bad time, especially if you're voicing out your political opinions.
Are being shown to advertisers by opposing communities, leaving Twitch in a situation that can't be solved by anything other than very heavy handed enforcement of their own terms, which they have been deliberately ignoring and not doing for years.
This is a problem also because if you're like a major shareholder on Twitch, or maybe you're like, I don't know, regional manager or something, regional manager. If you have a high enough position on Twitch, and you would see this, you could make like changes immediately, or not immediately, but you can enforce changes that could like balance out the playing field for all the people. But they're not. So it makes me actually wonder: do they lean towards this political sides that they're protecting? Most probably yes, or I'm just speculating here, because I would think about it so. Because they're punishing the other side, and they're like not giving any repercussions to this side, to the other ones. And I'm not sure if I used that word correctly, but I think you understand the thought clearly. Ads. Oh, Monster Hunter Wild ads. Yeah, I can't read this one.
Stuff is already happening behind the scenes, by the way. I'm not in the know on this per se, but there's pretty reputable creators discussing it who are actually being contacted by people at Twitch or Amazon. And the general sentiment that I've been seeing creep forward right now is that the advertisers are basically in shock, like open shock at how bad the association can be for them, as well as what kind of content their products can be shown against, leading to a massive retraction in potential business for Twitch as a platform, which is, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month or two away from hitting full force. My timeline could be wrong easily, but this
is what happens when some investors correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know if this one is like actually true or not, so don't quote me on this, but I've seen like posts where they were affiliated with Starforge Systems. This is like the company of Asmongold, and after he gave out those statements with regards to Palestine and Israel, and said some heinous stuff about it, some investors from those areas like pulled out any affiliations with Starforge Systems, because they don't want to be affiliated with a company in which the owner, or one of the major shareholders, I think he's the owner, yeah, has those political statements, against their, people, against their friends, their family, and it would have a bad image on them. Okay, it's not about like Starforge Systems itself, and it's not about the product, but the way that the owner of the company represents the product itself is that if you support this product specifically, you're actually helping like a person that thinks badly or negatively of you. So that's how sensitive and how, this affects decisions for companies. So, yeah.
Issue isn't going anywhere, and the problems facing Twitch as a result of extremists in their broadcaster community are only ever getting worse. It's kind of hard to really communicate the gravity of the situation to people who don't really frequent the website, but the level of extremism, if applied to any other group in the entire world, would be jaw-dropping levels of reaction immediately. If the statements being made by certain Twitch broadcasters were tweaked ever so slightly and applied to quite literally any other racial or ethnic group on the planet, they would all be deplatformed instantly. Somehow, the prevailing social norms inside Twitch have degraded to a point where they have completely lost the plot and become a protection racket, really, for heinous levels of anti-Semitism.
I highly believe in this one. Man. I can't say specific words that, these people are saying, because I'm neutral, and even if I side with them, they might mince my words apart. And I know I'm a very small streamer right now, but these people. You've met them, I've met them, we've all met them. And yeah, they would, if they could like physically hurt you if you don't stand with them, they would. I believe in that. Not all of them, but the extremists, the people that that are so much so a narcissist in themselves that if you don't agree with them, they almost feel like they have a god complex or something, that uh, they are the only ones that are right, and if you don't side with them or if you don't listen to them, you're definitely in the wrong and there's no way to convince them. So yeah.
Masquerading as anything other than hateful, and the music is about to stop because advertisers are not going to tolerate this, and weaponization of the advertisers is now a default tactic in the online culture war. Just in case I haven't fully outlined this towards the end, just so there can be no doubt whatsoever, even though I said I wouldn't go too far down the rabbit hole on specifics, one of the largest broadcasters on the entire platform, who is consistently shielded from accountability in every respect, played a straight up terrorist propaganda video live on stream and joked about how they like to put the Israeli and American flags down next to each other and march over them. He refers to it as a musical, unironically propagating it to his audience. And some of the most flagrant TOS, like,
I don't know how you could be like a person in a high position on Twitch, see that one and like, yeah, that's okay. No, I don't know how you would have that same thought and see the other one just giving like comments on like political topics, which are stupid, by the way, but you're gonna ban them and not these people.
like terms of service violations on Twitch that you can possibly imagine for him and a variety of others. And nothing happens to him. I promise you, when advertisers are seeing this as it gets relentlessly spammed to them, rightly, by his alarmed critics, they are noticing and they are taking action. Personally, I find myself pretty much okay with the platform failing outright. It's been going down in flames for years at this point. I stopped streaming back in 2018 for a variety of reasons and watched the dumpster fire ever since, but there's a lot of people that really do just play video games on the website. And they honestly don't deserve to face an adpocalypse because the moderation team and a fringe group of extremists have gone totally unhinged.
Exactly. And that brings us to my original point of view that, Twitch is primarily a gaming platform. If you're a gaming platform, if you're a gaming company, if you're involved with like anything gaming, okay? Just make games and focus on the story of the games. I don't care if you add political biases there. I don't care about anything of that. As long as the game is good, it plays great. And as long as you don't like force people into like political point of views, forcibly. Yeah, I think I said force 2 times in that sentence. But yeah, nobody wants political point of view shoved down their throats, okay? Make us think about it, make us make our own decisions. Because if you listen to a bad guy rant on for about 20 to 30 minutes, at some point he might make a point of view that will get you thinking. But at the end of the day, you're the one who's gonna decide, yeah, he's still a bad guy, even though he has this one point, okay? Because a lot of bad people think like that because something bad happened to them and they have vendetta about a certain topic or a certain point. So that's my point of view about this one, okay? So just let people think about it themselves. You can nudge them to the direction that you want them to be nudged. Explain it properly. But if you're like a narcissistic idiot that says everything on your head without consequences, yeah, it's very bad for a platform that is just meant mainly for people enjoying video games. Go to another platform for fuck's sake.
Realistically, it would be a much better outcome for the platform to wake up and improve while suspending these people immediately. But I just don't really see that happening anytime soon, or it probably would have already. In the end, Twitch is facing a pretty devastating adpocalypse. They brought it on themselves, and the platform is about to undergo either radical changes or crash out fully. One or the other. There's no middle ground. They either change completely, start banning these people, and kind of overturn their entire business model for the past couple of years, or they fail as a platform. That's it. If you want to support the channel, check out the links down below, a special VPN deal, locals and Patreon, other special offers as well. But I'll cut it there and stop rambling. As always, thank you all for watching. Question everything. and have a nice night.
Okay. The video is awesome. Oh, a giraffe! My mom would love this video. My mom loves giraffes. He's good, he's good. Upper Echelon or Echelon, I don't know how to say that. But yeah, this is a very good video. Of course I'm gonna give credit to him, so yeah. That's what's up with that video. So what do you guys think if you're watching on YouTube? Is Twitch heading down the right direction? Are they going to make changes? Do you want them to make changes, or do you think this will just all blow out later on? So yeah, again, this has been sorry. This has been DurpleGaming. Feel free to comment down below anything about anything about the video or anything you want me to cover next. And I'll see you in the next video. And for the people watching on stream, if you're watching on VOD or if you're staying on the stream right now, thank you for watching. So, same reaction with the giraffe, yeah. Anna Banana is still watching. Thank you, love, for watching. That's my girlfriend. So, thank you guys for watching again. My name is Durple, and I'll see you in the next video. Durple out.